to Million Point Base Shop retreat, and we made a commitment to our leaders there. We said we're running a Million Point Base Shop no matter what, and we weren't even close. Okay, everybody was looking at us like, yeah, okay, Sicas, you're running a Million Point Base Shop, right? And so this was our numbers from January 1st to September 30th. Okay, was about 479,000 points. That's where we were at. To wrap up a Million Point Base Shop in 90 days, the 90 days left of the year, we had to do over 500,000 points in 90 days. And me and Dave looked at each other, we're like, with man all things are impossible, with God everything's possible, right?
Amen.
And then we prayed for the 50 millionth time, Lord, make these blessings so big, make this victory so big, we literally have no way else to explain it except to say that it was you. And I literally have no idea how it was like blessings just like fell into our lap, and it was where opportunity met preparation. That's where we were able to finish up Million Point Base Shop. And so within the last 90 days of the year, we didn't do the 520,000 points, we did 540,000 points in 90 days. Yeah. So we did 500,000 point base shop in 90 days. And you know what this proved to us? This proved to us that we can run a 2 million point base shop. That's what it proved. And so that's what we're on. We're actually on track for 2 million point base shop now. But our personal production during that time, we almost did 400,000 of that on our personal pen. We did 4 MD runs, personal pen, 90 days. Crazy, right?
About that.
I know. I'm like, gosh.
That's bad.
So there's this mentality that we have in our organization of we do not quit. That's the number one rule that I have. We never say die. I will keep running and I will keep trying until literally the count runs out. I remember we were running for my marketing director run, and it was like the end of the night, and this was like years back when I was running for MD. And we were in this tiny little room in our little office that we had in Upland, California. And we were in there, and it was me and my BSC, and we were putting in the last application that we needed for my MD run. And you know what happens usually during a closeout? iPipeline goes down. And then we had like 15 minutes left. iPipeline goes down, and like everybody in the room, my BSC just starts crying. I'm like, stop it! We still have time. So I was in the office with Gene Chapman. Anybody know who Chap is? Yeah? All right, Chappie. So Chap was like, I looked at Chap. I was like, Chap, I know you have paper apps. I know you do. It's been the issue for a very long time, okay?
You call them a dinosaur now.
Yeah. I was like, Chap, I know you have paper apps in here. So we started filling out a paper app, and I was like about to fax that thing in, okay? I don't even know if they would accept it, but it is what it is. But then iPipeline comes back up in the last 5 minutes because I have my BSC constantly refreshing it. We submitted it within like 1 minute left of the clock dropping, and that's how I hit marketing director. But that's what it means to not give up. That's what it means to not give up. So many of you guys probably just give up way too easily. You know, like how bad do you really want things? Until the clock runs out, that's when it's really over. That's when it's really over. And so we made a commitment that we're going to come through no matter what, and we did. We ran a Million Point Base Shop. There were some people at that Million Point Base Shop retreat that were a lot closer than us that didn't wrap it up. And it just goes to show that it's not about how far you are from the goal, it's how committed are you to actually hitting it. So leaders don't stop when they're tired, they stop when the job's done. And the job is far from done. Million Point Base Shop was not the job. The job was to build a giant organization to fulfill purpose, to help other people fulfill their purpose, and until that job is done, we're not done. So, can your systems handle the abundance that you're asking for? So this is kind of the technical piece of it, right? Do you have the systems that can handle what is it that you're asking for? Some of you guys are like, I want to have that type of income. Okay. Do you have a BSC?
I don't have the money for that.
That's not how it works. I don't care how dirt broke we were. We always had. I had a BSC when I was a director. Some of you guys are directors and you don't even have a BSC. Some of you guys are MDs and might not have a BSC. You are not your base shop coordinator. The more time you spend processing business, the less time you have in the field actually helping families and recruiting people, and the less business you're going to actually have to actually work on. Like, trust me, having 3 apps for you to process does not take you all day. Some of you, it takes you all day, right? Because you're like, I don't want to go out and prospect. I'm happier here. No, it's not how it works. Okay? So do you have a licensing coordinator, a BSc, a placement coordinator, assistants, a nanny? Some of you guys need to get a nanny, right? So you can spend more time in the office to actually build a business so that later you can actually spend more time with your kids, right? Yes.
By the way, who's got kids here? Here's my challenge to you. On your paper, write a date by when for sure you're gonna actually get a nanny. Or multiple nannies. Or even forget about the nanny, like when you're gonna get your assistant, when are you gonna get your placement coordinator? If you don't put a date to it, this training is pointless. You gotta have deadlines for you to build that urgency.
Babysitter.
Yes. Every single time we want our income to grow, every single time we go to the next level, we hire somebody. So we hire somebody new onto our staff, and then our income grows. It's not we hire somebody when our income grows. No, we hire somebody and then our business explodes. That's how it works. So we started off with a BSc and a licensing coordinator, and then from there we went from a BSc, a licensing coordinator, and a placement coordinator for our entire base shop to process and place business. So we have placement calls every single morning with all of our CFTs and all writing agents that are available. And so we have currently on staff, we have the licensing coordinator, we have a BSc, we have a placement coordinator, and we have an assistant. And then we also have a social media coordinator. So we have 5 people on staff right now. And so that's why our income has been exploding, because we have help. You don't need to be everything to everybody. You need to hire people to help you. This is a team sport. How many people do you have on your team, right? Because my 7-man team right now is gonna kick your 3-man team's butt. That's just how it works, right? So can your systems handle what you're asking for? And a great thing too is if you hire on a BSc, figure out who the best BSc is in the office, buy them lunch, ask the marketing director that's obviously for that BSc, and say, can they train my BSc? Have your BSCs be trained by people and other base shop coordinators that are helping their MDs win. It's a piece of advice that I can give you, okay? So if you really want something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse, every time. Every single time we're at a closeout, we call our team, we're like, hey, so you got one left for PC. I know it's like 30 minutes till midnight, but who you gonna call?
I already called everybody.
Oh my God. Right? We cannot help you find a way if all you're full of is excuses. We can't, right? Excuses might make you feel better in the moment for why you didn't hit your goals, but you can't cash excuses in the bank. You can't. So this was what our income looked like December, January, and this is February so far. But in December, we made $45,000. Okay, we go to MD kickoff. And we wrote 500,000 points in 90 days. And we went there and we're like, we wrapped up a 1 million point base shop. And everyone's like, but will they place it? Thank you. Right?